Hey kids, and welcome to the show. Today I want to talk about quitting. Quitting sucks. And oftentimes when people quit, it's because they're at the end of their rope and there is nothing else. There's just nothing else. But it's also a way to distinguish the strong from the weak. There's a lot of things that can happen in your life that will knock you down. It will just completely get you to the point where you think there's nothing left to do. It's like every time you take 2 steps forward, you fall 1 step back. And you start to ask yourself, why? Why can't I just take 2 steps forward? When you have a teammate, and for me, it's my spouse, and when we're fighting those fights and we seem to be falling back, and you take 2 steps forward and you fall back, sometimes you have to take 2 steps back. Look at the issue before you and say, let's tackle this together. Because when 2 of you are taking 2 steps forward, you're actually taking 4. So when you get knocked down, that's how you get both steps. That's a big concept to understand, especially when you're in a young marriage. It's a big concept to understand, like I said, knocking on 13 years. The idea that we're evenly and equally yoked is very important. It's scriptural. The idea is that 2 big beasts, oxen, horses, whatever it is, are pulling a cart. And the only way to pull the cart is if they're evenly yoked, evenly strong, or a special yoke is made. A good marriage has a good yoke. So when you're both pulling, you're moving forward. When someone stops, you immediately see the wagon start to turn. That's when you need to slow down and get yourselves lined back up again. Now, I'm speaking as a husband and a father, but this is going to go for any relationship. When you are trying to accomplish a mission, you have to make sure that you are moving forward. If only one of you are fighting for your marriage or fighting for a goal, then you're just going to be going in circles. So what you need to do is you need to take that time, take 2 steps back. Plan it. Look at what you have before you. Take your best selves. Make a plan. Hook up the yoke and drive forward. It helps to have a great teammate. And some people have better teammates than others. When you are striving to be better, make sure you are looking for people that are striving too. Don't run to someone who is hurting when you're hurting. Be there for them and run to someone that can minister to you. We have to be on both sides. We have to be able to say, I love you, I love you, I love you. But if you don't say, it's okay to love me, and you don't accept the love and you are not capable of asking for help, then you are losing out on a lot. Because the only way that we can share God's love is to be kind to others. But when others who are hurting and need help are too prideful to accept it, and that's us too, then we are taking away that blessing and that sense of honor from that person. I'm not saying that you should give away your dignity, but you know the people you can trust in your life. Call them and say, this is what I need. Don't just throw a big old help, help, help. You need to ask for specifics. Same with prayer. Always ask for what you want. Don't just ask for broad things. I once prayed that my family would come up and visit me here in Oklahoma. Shortly after that prayer, Hurricane Katrina sent 17 people, 11 dogs to my 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. I tend to pray very specifically now because when you don't, and you let your lack of understanding or your lack of research or those things to be there, and you just ask for something or you just do something, there's going to be consequences. So, what do we do, guys? What do we do? We have to honor our spouse. That's it. Whether you're a man or a woman, you need to honor your spouse. Because everyone just thinks that it's happy and everything is good. But no, marriage brings joy because you get to see these kids grow up and you get to learn. But marriage brings tears. Marriage brings calluses. Marriage brings a lot with it that you're not taught before you go into marriage. It's one of the places I think our church is lacking. Typically, our marriage prep is done by somebody who's not been married and has only read books on being married, because when you just read books on being married, it's pretty easy. I think our church can do a much better job, hence why we have blessedfatherhood.com. You need to discuss things with your spouse. It's the only sacrament in the Catholic Church where you constantly have to be giving it to someone else. And you have to constantly receive it. Your spouse should be that person that you can say, I need help. And your spouse can say, okay, I'm there. I've got all this other stuff going on, but I'm there. That is how you can be evenly yoked. Again, I prayed the other day that I could just take 2 steps forward, just once, without taking that second step back. And immediately, my beautiful wife was on the roof with her hammer, and we took 4 steps forward. Anyway, love your spouse, love your kids. Until next time, work hard, be kind, and have fun.